And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour Live. All right, so we're going to have 3 shootout matches, 8, 9, 10, Winter Bowls 6, 7, Winter Bowls 4, 5, Winter Bowls 3, Winter Bowls 2, Winter Bowls 1 to determine our $5,000 scholarship winner for this year's best tournament. Are you ready, Matthew?
I believe we are.
Take it away.
Okay, bowling fans, good afternoon and welcome to Leisure Lanes here in Lancaster, PA for today's finals of the 18th annual 2022 Best 2.0 Scholarship Tournament. Sponsored by BuddiesProShop.com, Brunswick Incorporated, Storm Bowling, and 900 Global. It is time to introduce our 10 finalists for 3 shootouts and 3 stepladder matches to determine our $5,000 champion. Starting with our number 10 seed in the first shootout, from Lebanon, PA, Colby Bennett.
Your number 10 seed, Colby Bennett.
In the first shootout, Colby will be taking on our number 9 seed from State College, PA, Daniel Allhouse.
Daniel Althouse is your number 9 seed.
And also competing in the first shootout, our number 8 seed from Plainfield, New Jersey, Kai Struthers.
Kai Struthers, your number 8 seed.
The winner of that first shootout will advance to the second shootout to take on our number 7 seed from Neptune, New Jersey, Joey Ocello.
Joey Ocello is your 7 seed.
And also competing in the second shootout, our number 6 seed from Mount Penn, PA, Aiden Davis.
Aiden Davis is your number 6 seed.
The winner of that second shootout will take on the following bowlers in the third shootout. Our number 5 seed from Royersford, PA, Mason Doan.
Mason Doan is your number 5 seed.
And also competing in the third shootout will be our number 4 seed from Lebanon, PA, Darren Zombro III.
Darren Zombro III, your number 4 seed.
The winner of that third shootout will advance to the first of 3 stepladder matches. Our quarterfinal bowler, the 3rd seed from Newark, New Jersey, William Cunningham.
William Cunningham is your number 3 seed.
Winner of the quarterfinal match will advance to the semifinal stepladder match to take on our number 2 seed from North Wales, PA, Lucas Francis.
Lucas Francis is your number 2 seed.
And the winner of that semifinal match will take on our tournament leader at plus 911 for 22 games from Jackson, New Jersey, Brandon Bone.
And your tournament leader for 22 games, Mr. Brandon Bone.
For our 10 finalists for this year's Best Scholarship Tournament.
All right, there's your top 10.
Okay, we will begin shootout number 1 on 17 and 18.
Go, Brandon. Darren's gonna bowl, right?
Yeah. Stay out here. Back here out of the way.
So joining me in the booth, like he's done most of this year,
Been here a couple times.
Mr. Darren Zombra. So they're bowling on a fresh pattern. What's what we know as best as the medium pattern.
That's what I said.
Yes. It's supposed to be medium in difficulty. Supposedly this was played the hardest of the three this
And
year.
actually, from what I saw all weekend, it did play the hardest. This one did open up a little bit the second round
It
of
did.
match play, so the scores were higher. But the first handful of games, it played really hard.
I've never bowled best. Just know that there's always easy and then there's really, really, really hard.
So we got Kai Struthers, Daniel Althouse, and Colby Bennett, 8, 9, 10 seeds.
You know that old house kid?
I do know this is his last tournament.
For good.
And as a PJBT quote-unquote under 21,
Under 21, yep.
we may see him occasionally in an adult youth, maybe,
If he's around.
if he's around. And he actually decides to pick up a bowling ball.
Say this is going to be our last time on air for a little bit.
Yes, yes.
The one who made the cut and finished 28th.
Yes. I'd like to congratulate our handicap winner of this event, Nick Malliard. He also made the cut for scratch.
For scratch.
I'd like to congratulate our girls champion this year, coming to us from Hawaii, Kiana Saito. I'm sure I butchered her last name. You know, I've only known her for going on 3
You've
years
known
now.
her quite a few years. At least I thought you knew her.
I want to say Saito because back in my day, you had Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito in the WWF, and he spelled his name the same way. So I always want to say Saito, but it's not right. It's Saito or something like that. I don't know. What do I know? Not much. What exactly do I do around here?
Nothing.
As a side note from your tournament director, our sponsor, Buddy's Pro Shop, will be joining you later in the broadcast today.
Good.
He went to grab a bite to eat. He will be back.
Smart man. Grabbing a bite to eat.
That is a smart man.
Always good to have food.
Yes.
Take it from a fat guy.
No, it's two fat guys here.
So I think there's only about 2 people in this building right now that knows what this pattern is. Me and the lane guy.
Yep.
So what do you think? What are you seeing out there?
What am I seeing it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's easily a medium pattern. I'm going to say... Let's see here. It does flatten off in the back. I'm going to say somewhere around 42 with a flat.
You're close. Tad bit shorter. Tad bit shorter. I can tell you this, not a lot of reverse oil.
It doesn't look like a lot of reverse.
A lot of forward, not a lot of reverse. It is a Kegel pattern. The pattern we used yesterday on these quote-unquote harder, the challenge pattern, wasn't the pattern I wanted to use. They couldn't put it in their machine. That would have been a killer pattern. So we had to go with Plan B. And
Plan B
it kind of failed.
It failed pretty
The
bad.
name of that pattern was Tornado, so I'll let you guys imagine what it was like.
It was not a tornado.
So we're wrapping up season 23 today.
Season 23. You wrapping this up, taking a week off, then start planning for season 24?
Well, we're going to take a little more than a week off. One of the things I got to do is find some dates to run some girls' tournaments next year. And find some bowling centers that'll have us.
Yeah.
Down to Matt.
Bowling fans, time to begin the first of 3 shootouts in our finals for this weekend's best tournament. We have number 8 seed Kai Struthers bowling as top left. We have number 9 seed Daniel Allhouse bowling as the bowler on the right lane. And then we have number 10 seed Colby Bennett bowling as the second bowler on the left. The top bowler of this one-game shootout will advance to the second shootout on the next pair. Bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our Game 1 shootout finalists.
All right, off we go.
For our first shootout match.
About 2 hours and 15 minutes or so from now, we will find out who wins the $5,000 first place prize. Scholarship, I should say.
Scholarship.
So it looks like Daniel will be starting us off on lane 18. Like I said, after each game, we will move one pair to the right. So this is the tournament where we get to move the camera.
Yeah, so don't be alarmed, everyone, when the game ends and you see a lot of shaking or whatever going on. We're just moving down the line.
Daniel trips out the 4, and now we already need to respot. It did not fall. It So you commentate for a second while I get him to spot the 9.
Okay, I was gonna say we could use a walkie-talkie.
Yes.
Got Colby coming up here, left lane. Little pitch wide, but he did get a break. Got the 10 out, only leaving a 2.
Funniest sight just happened, me trying to run up to the counter.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why everything started to
Shake,
a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, it probably registered. Probably about a 2.1.
I was gonna say 2.0.
You're trying to be nice. All right, so Kai struck, Colby goes 9 spare.
And we're still waiting for the 9 pin for Daniel.
Always a little bit easier, I thought, to spot pins on a with an AMF machine.
Yes.
Just get that rack in there
It's
and.
Yeah, for the sweep to come down, turn it off, and just scroll down in there, knock
Yep.
them over, and turn it back on, and off it goes. So that way, looks like we made our spare.
High up, frame 2.
Good shot. Even a 10.
Daniel comes in high. Kai converts. I can see Daniel was not happy that we were bowling back on fresh. He started 0-6 today.
Yes, I overheard somebody say something like that. And
Yes.
I have a feeling too with Kai, he wasn't probably none too happy either because, I mean, he finished well, but his first 2 games on fresh, he was like, it looked like he was trying to fish.
Oh, Daniel makes his spare.
There's a couple low scores there at the beginning of the fresh, so I mean I know these kids remember how the fresh were, so I know they made a lot of adjustments.
Yes. Yes, after game 6, Daniel told me he was going to try to go to 0-10 and still make top 10.
But I heard he won
He won the last 4.
one last 4.
Kai with another strike, so he's clean through 3. He and Colby still tied at the moment. Colby could take a 10-pin lead if he strikes. Daniel just 4 pins behind, but it's early. Daniel inside with his shot, definitely not the line he wants to play. Leaves a 6-10.
Like you said, here in the first handful of frames, you just want to make sure you keep your boxes full. Try to hang around everybody else and see what happens.
Yep. I told Daniel today he looked like an old prize fighter trying to hang on well past his prime. He just looked beat up earlier today.
I tell you, a lot of these kids look beat up.
That's not going to be there.
As I talk about leaving the frames filled.
Yes. Kai up in the 4th, looking to double. That ball came back from nowhere.
That did come back from nowhere.
So if I remember correctly, Kai and Daniel were in this match last year, in the 8, 9, 10
Oh, were they?
match. If I remember correctly. I believe Lucas Francis was in with them. You can't swing the ball. Colby breaking up to 2-8-10 leaves just a 2-pin. Went from being an extremely difficult spare conversion attempt to an easy spare conversion attempt.
So I'll take that 9 count.
Anytime.
to go in between them again.
That's what I always tried to do.
Colby taking care of the 2-pin.
I have a feeling a lot of these. I'm not ready for junior gold. I'm not going.
Oh,
My kid's too old to go to junior gold anyway.
well. Oh, there, Nunya.
Kai trips the 7-10.
Am I ready for junior gold? Not really, but I'm ready just to get away, for sure. It is a very stressful week and couple days, but also a fun week and a couple days.
4-pin for Daniel. He's still searching for his first X, digging himself a deeper and deeper hole. Looks like
Yeah, he's almost at the
point of no return.
yeah. Colby getting straight.
He finished 10th last year, looking like he'll finish 10th again this year.
He likes finishing 10th.
He does like finishing 10th.
So halfway through the match, it's a Kai and Colby show to see who goes on, unless something happens. And if Daniel could find something going on here, to put a little pressure to say, hey guys, I'm still here. Kai with a 4-bagger. This is, we are at Leisure Lanes in Lancaster.
Pennsylvania. Looked like Daniel moved in there. That's not the right line. Colby trying to keep pace. Oh, 4-9.
Daniel making a spare. See if Colby could give this a run here
For a field goal.
for a field goal.
Yeah.
We just don't get 3 for that though.
No.
Not like football.
You get an attaboy though from us. Kai could really put the hammer, or whatever I want to say.
The hammer down.
Yeah, something like that.
He could like really.
The hammer is down.
Yeah. He made a big adjustment from this morning opening round. He said he struggled his first 2 games on the fresh. He made a big adjustment. Daniel going high, leaving 3-6-10.
So the question is, will he strike? Colby leaving a solid 9. So it's looking more and more like Colby will finish in 9th. And Kai will be moving on.
Kai will be moving on against Aiden and Joey Ocello, I think,
Yes,
right?
that is correct.
I think Daniel just wants to say, give me my 10th place finish and may I stop?
Dig deep. Kai. Was that a ball change, or has he been throwing that ball on that one?
Well, no, he's been
That's right, he has been throwing that ball on
He's
that
been throwing the Obsession,
Yes.
you know, on the right lane, and he's been throwing the Pink Widow on the left.
He can strike. He dug deep.
I'm not going all game without a strike. Kai making a spare.
You know why he's not bowling good this game? He hasn't wished me a happy Father's Day yet, even though we're non-genetically proven. Likely excuse.
You know, the kids always find some kind of excuse.
Yeah.
All
Always.
kids.
Always.
All kids.
Let's see, you get up there and roll 20 games and see how you
Oh my God! Back in my day, we used to bowl 30 a day.
We're not in your day.
I know. My day's a long, long time ago.
Back in your day, you used to like to shoot 290 with a gutter.
That's right. That's right. Back in my, high school days, man, we used to bowl 30 games of pot games on a Saturday night. Kai coming in high. It's academic, though. I mean, technically not yet. He's not mathematically. But if he converts this, still not mathematically.
I mean,
He's just going to need
he needs like
3 pins.
2 pins. Maybe, depending on what Colby does on
Yes.
the shot.
Yes, if Colby doesn't strike here.
If Colby doesn't strike, it's mathematical.
Yes. Tournament director Matthew likes to remind me that nobody from Pennsylvania has ever won this event.
Yeah.
Oh my, a sanctioned double. Well, not really. This isn't a non-sanctioned event.
But he got a double.
Got a double.
Live stream.
He got a double. Daddy loves you. Nothing.
Colby with a strike. Hey, all right, Kai, you got to step up here and get 3 pins to shut me in.
Last frame of your life. PJBT career started when we walked into 222 Dutch, August of 2012.
I'm glad you can remember. I can't even remember when my kids first started. I don't know the year, but I'm pretty sure the first tournament I put my oldest in was probably at Cedar Lanes.
That would make sense.
And when was that? I can't remember.
All right, so let's see if he could go out with a strike. Like I said, look at him. He's walking back like he's Larry
actually-
Holmes boxing against Mike Tyson back in the 90s.
Oh, Jason, last junior shot.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Last shot, PJBT.
If he's smart, it could be his last shot ever. It could be. Hey, one never knows. Never knows. Let's see if he could dial it up. His last shot of high school was a solid 10, so let's see what happens here.
It's in.
Oh, and he went Jersey. Oh,
Well, it's not a 10, but
oh, he goes. Couldn't even strike Jersey. Oh. All right, so Daniel will finish 10th, Colby will finish 9th, and Kai will move on. So as soon as tournament director Matt hands out whatever he's handing out, we will try to move the table
We will move the table
as gently as we can.
Yep, and as the kid, as Aiden and and Joey, as they come down, you know, get ready for their match.
The question is, did you beat last year's game in this?
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes Shootout number 1 for the 2022 Best 2.0 Scholarship Tournament. Our 10th place finisher in this year's event, receiving a $125 scholarship, certificate, and award from State College, PA, Daniel Olhouse.
Daniel Oldhouse wrapping up his PJBT career with a 10th place finish at best.
And our 9th place finisher in this year's event, receiving a $125 scholarship, certificate, and award from Lebanon, PA, Colby Bennett.
Colby Bennett, your 9th place finisher today. He's got a few more bests to go if he chooses.
Okay, we will shift to
Couple more.
19 and 20
Yes.
for our second shootout.
Now we are going to be shifting.
Tiana, I need you to take that. Oh, you're gonna have to move. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You did. It's all your fault.
All I remember that day. You remember that day. I did that and I knocked the camera over.
I knocked the microphone over.
That wasn't too bad.
Nah, easy stuff.
I'm gonna block that. I just looked over. I'm like,
Oh, I did remove that stuff. All right, so it looks like we're just about ready for match number 2. Looks like Joey is going to be the first bowler on the left, Aiden is going to be on the right, and Kai is going to be the second bowler on the left.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin our second shootout of the best tournament finals. In this shootout, we will have number 6 seed, Aiden Davis from Mount Penn, PA, bowling on the right lane. We have number 7 seed, Joey Ocello from Neptune, New Jersey. He is taken top bowler on the left. And number 8 seed, Kai Struthers from Plainfield, New Jersey, advancing from the first shootout. The winner of this second shootout will advance to the third shootout. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our Shootout 2 finalists.
All right, off we go. Match number 2. Joey starting us off. Joey's finger's all beat up. I have a rusty hacksaw in my trunk if he just wants me to remove it when he's done with the day.
We got more than one game, maybe.
Kai continuing where he's left off.
Left off, huh? We ain't going anywhere.
I have faith. Aiden now, he's way outside, leaves a 10 pin.
Able to convert his 10.
You know, pins really bounce around here on the corners. I wonder how many 710s are converted here a year.
Actually, it looks, it looks like they bounce around, but honestly, it's not as much as what you think.
Really?
The thing that happens here a lot, which I'm actually surprised I did not see much of it, pin sliding on a deck.
Yeah, there hasn't been much of that.
That I was pretty shocked on, because that happens here a lot.
Well, they do have a new mechanic here, so maybe he's doing something. Joey gets the trip.
Carries. Joey. He's got to do it on the other side.
Aiden now up in the second.
With the strike. It's the same one. Kai with a double. Joey coming up here on the left lane, working on a double. Joey sending a pinch wide, leaving a 1-2-4-8.
Hey, thanks for everything this weekend.
No problem.
See you, buddy.
We'll see you next year.
Good seeing you again.
Have a good summer.
Joey converting his spare.
Yes. So I got an obstructed view right now.
Yeah, our tournament director likes to just walk wherever. Aiden up here on the right, working on a strike, second frame.
That's a double.
That's a double for him. Kai coming up here, working on a double. That's a triple.
He looks tired.
He does look tired.
He looks really tired.
Oh, these kids look tired.
One really thing I'm happy about is when we're done here, I don't have to drive home to New Jersey.
I don't either. Joey with a strike in the fourth here, off his spare. Unlike the last previous years, we've had that 2-hour drive.
Yes. Aiden now up in the fourth.
Got that in a little bit, even a 4. To the left a little bit. Now, unlike the first match with Kai, he was throwing 2 different balls. Now this match, he's just throwing 1 ball on the spare. Aiden converting his 4-pin. Kai gave it a run at the 3-7.
Yeah.
He did his duty. He got the 1 pin at least. So with Kai opening up with that split, it tightens it up a little bit again.
All right, Joey up in the fifth, looking to double, and he sure does.
Aiden up here, got that a pitch right this time.
For those of you who haven't watched for a little while, as Kai gets the 8 out, Aiden was our player of the year this year. And if you weren't watching, the guy who's sitting next to me, his older child won the Invitational. He was player of the year last year.
Gave it a run again this year.
He did.
Fell a little short, I think.
It was really close. We had some discussions.
I knew it was going to be a close race.
It's up to you.
Said another device connected.
Oh, that's probably Josh.
Joey looks like he got that one right.
Hey, he could rip the ball a little harder with that finger. You know, the blood adds a little, a little more tilt to it.
Aiden didn't like that off his hands. Leaving a 4, 6, 7, 10. Kai coming up here, making a better shot on that right lane from the last frame being up there.
So Joey up by 10 over Kai through 6.
Almost converting it, leaving up the 4-pin yet. Aiden's kind of put himself in the hole now after the back-to-back splits opens.
Hmm? He's around here somewhere.
Wow, Joey tripping out of 2 forward.
I'm telling you, it's the blood. The blood adds more tilt to his shot.
Good you didn't cut that fingernail off.
I did.
You went to hell.
I had to cut that.
Aiden coming up and showing there with a strike after his back-to-back splits. Kai coming up here needing a strike to stay within reach with a beautiful shot. So do we have any predictions on this shot from Joey? Missed the head pin 2 frames ago.
Well.
Struck. Last frame barely hit the head pin. Tripped out of 2. What is going on here? Oh. So he really overcompensated, pulled that in, went through the face, leaving a 4-6. Aiden working on a strike, leaving a 3-6-10. Joey getting 1. Just what you want to do in this spot. Now Kai coming up here in the 8th. If he strikes here, he could take the lead back. Aiden missed all of this. Kai with a 4-bagger.
Takes the lead.
That takes the lead for him now. Joey leaving a 2-8. Aiden with a strike and a 9th. Unfortunately, he is mathematically out.
Yes.
He will be finishing in our 8th place spot. Joey converting the 2-8. Kai coming up here.
I'm not sure he liked that shot. I heard him
it
say
looked
something.
Like, yeah, he didn't. He had that body
Yes.
motion like, oh no, I think that's not good.
Yes.
Just can't get rid of that. Alright, Joey needs to strike out here to put a little pressure on Kai for him to show up. There's 1.
Switch to warm-up turn 9 and 10.
Oh, okay.
They got to do something.
Actually, Matt. right, so Aiden is going to wind up in ace. Joey strikes out for 232.
Forces Kai to mark here.
So let's see if Kai can do it.
That's
And
the
he's
best
moving
mark
on.
to get.
That is.
Kai will be moving on to our third shootout.
Let's be nice. You like this one.
Oh, I'm thinking about going to get my backpack and a bowling ball.
Go ball.
He probably would have liked yesterday's pattern too.
Yeah,
If you could slow it down enough.
He's like, I got it.
I'm old. I'm old.
All right, so once we hand out our awards for our other finishers, we'll move the table again, and we'll get ready for our third shootout match. All right, 266 for Kai, 232 for Joey, 164 for Aiden. Guys, move a little bit. The whole world is watching.
Oh yeah, the whole world. What's the whole world? 40?
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our second shootout for this year's best tournament. Officially finishing in 8th place in this year's best tournament, receiving a $200 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Aiden Davis.
Aiden Davis, officially in 8th place.
8th place finisher.
And our 7th place finisher, receiving a $200 scholarship, certificate, and award from Neptune, New Jersey, Joey Ocello.
Joey Ocello in 7th. Kiana, grab that stuff.
Okay,
I know
on
we
to
got-
our third and final shootout of the finals.
Where'd it go?
Your hands.
I have pictures.
So you want a picture of us three?
Sure.
No, it's just worse than
Pretty much the same.
You always eat at that diner that we eat at. It's not that expensive.
Go up to like ABC there.
That's what I would.
Park City. Before we go home. Like up to you. Kind of up to you. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I ain't cooking. I ain't cooking. You're probably more hungry than I am, but I could definitely eat. I know there's like a buffet near ABC.
Yeah, it's somewhere over there. That Chinese buffet.
I don't even remember. It's been so long.
Alright, let's get you guys out of here. Alright, take over like that.
Alright. Oh, son of a bitch. Hey.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time to begin our third and final shootout of the finals of the 2022 Best 2.0 Scholarship Tournament. In this third shootout, we have number 4 seed, Darren Zombro III from Lebanon, PA. Bottom left, he has selected number 5 seed, Mason Doe, who has selected first on the left, and number 8 seed, Kai Struthers from Plainfield, New Jersey. The winner of this third shootout will advance to the first of 3 stepladder matches to determine our $5,000 champion. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our Shootout 3 finalists.
All right, and this is our final shootout match. We have Mason Doan will be the first bowler on the left, followed by Taryn Zombro, the second bowler on the left, and Kai will be the bowler on the right. Mason started off a little high, tripping out the 4, just leaving a 9. Kai coming up here for his first shot on the right lane. Pitch left, leaving a 1-3. Mason converting his 9-pin. Kai coming up, he converted his 1-3. Now Darren coming up here for his first shot on the left lane with a strike. Mason coming up on the right with a strike. Kai coming back from the spare to the strike. Darren coming up here in the second frame with a double. Came back again. I deleted it.
All right, I'm back.
Mason with a double. Kai returning it with a double. This might be a quick match here, Jason.
I see a lot of X's up on the board. And then, of course, I
coming
say
up
that.
a little high, leaving a 4. Converting his 4-pin. Mason with a solid 10. Kai with a triple. And we got a pin in the gutter.
Hey, we got a pin in the gutter.
Oop, don't fall.
That guy yesterday ran one up that far from the bell lane, but it came up on the lane. It came up on the lane.
That's in.
Gets
Darren
away
leaving
with it
another
though.
4.
4-pin.
2.5.
Darren almost missing the 4. To
That
the
thing
left.
took off.
To the left. Mason coming up.
Had a lot of stuff up there, and then he didn't.
Kai with a 4-bagger. Darren can see if he can get away from a 4-pin. Alright, good strike.
Mason crossing over for a double. He is your reigning state champion, by the way. Nothing.
I hear Mason say that a lot, but
7-pin for Kai. He's not a machine. What do you know?
still hit the pocket though.
Yeah.
It's been around the pocket all 3 games so far. Well, all 2.5. Darren pulling it again. Getting away with it. So we had a pretty close match here between all 3 bowlers right now.
Yeah. Kai up.
Kai barely sneaking away that 7-pin.
Mason can't get lucky 3 times in a row, but he tried.
He tried. He did get lucky. It sounded like he hit. Like right around 6 pins, and I see 1 up there. So he left it a makeable spare. Kai was a little worried on that. I think he thought he might have got it in a little bit to where he was going to leave a corner pin. Yeah, balls. Both lanes.
Yeah, they're just spinning down there.
Yeah, there's 1 on each lane.
I used to hate when I would get a call like that and somehow, some way, a pin got in there.
Yep.
Oh, that was, oh, God.
Hey, I had a good one the other week at the Eagles Club. I had a pin go in there.
Man. It was never fun like when just the head of the pin got lodged in there and you're trying to turn it to get it out. Oh, it was
I had a
horrible.
pin go all the way in there the other week at the club. Turned both lanes off so I could crawl in there.
And you're like, how the heck did that
Yeah.
happen?
A lot of strikes. Yeah, balls are stuck. Can't see them down there?
Blind.
Well, now you can't because they turn the red lights on.
I see it.
It's hard to see them now.
Oops. The technician has arrived.
I don't know. Is your ball back? Is your ball back? Oh, okay. So there could be a pin in there.
That was a little hard goodbye, by the way.
Was it a little hard goodbye?
Yeah, it was, thanks for the 10 years of, some good times and some aggravating times. And
There's always aggravating times with children. think I don't see any balls down there anymore. It looks like they're on their way back. There we go. Mason converting his spare. All right. Darren's coming up here in the 7th, really needing to strike to stay in this match here. Leaving a 7 pin.
Where's my cookies?
I already gave her one.
I know. How much are they? How much were they?
$50 a cookie.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Market price for these.
That's inflation.
$1.25 for 3. What a steal.
Those are Biden cookies.
Darren converting his spare.
I don't think I have ones on me. I spent my ones.
Mason coming a little high, leaving a 4. Now Kai can come up here and double and take a pretty good lead here. Pretty much be in control of the match. Oh.
That's his first boo-boo.
That's his really first big boo-boo of these 3 matches so far. He had one split the last game, but it wasn't a bad shot. But I mean, he can make this.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a very makeable split for a left-hander. And then only taking 2. Darren, it's a pretty big strike for Darren in the 8th frame.
That was. So he and Mason are tied up on Kai by 4. But Darren with the slight advantage, he's on the strike.
Mason throwing a good shot, carrying all 10.
Oh, bad break.
Kai rebounding with a beautiful shot. Beautiful shot, leaving a 10 pin.
You know, those stone 10s for lefties and stone 7s for righties always seem to happen at the worst time.
Yep.
Always. Darren with huge double.
Huge double for
taking
Darren.
a 10-pin lead over Mason. And a 14-pin lead over Kai. And we've arrived
To the 10th frame,
to the 10th.
where it's still anybody's match.
Absolutely.
It's not like these other 2 games. Mason with a good shot with a double. Guy coming up with a strike, first ball.
We have the potential for a tie, but
Yes, we do. We do have a potential for a tie. Matt doesn't want to hear that.
that's okay.
That shot looked pretty good.
Now the tie potential is a little less.
Yeah, now it is a little less after that.
And with a good count here, that's going to shut out Kai. Even if Kai strikes here. All right, Kai is officially...
Kai is now officially eliminated.
Good run, though.
Made a good run. Made a great run.
I will say, being a homer, it's good to see somebody from Pennsylvania is going to win a match. All right, Mason strikes out for 237. That forces Darren up to double.
Yeah, Darren has to get the first 2.
212 for Kyle. he will finish 6th. All right, Mason Doan 237, Darren Zombro 220, Kai Struthers 212. All right, that's going to do it for our 3 shootout matches. Now we got 3 stepladder matches.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our 3rd and final shootout for the Best Scholarship Tournament. Finishing officially in 6th place in this year's tournament, receiving a $300 scholarship certificate and award goes to Kai Struthers.
Kai Struthers, 6th place finish this year.
Made a pretty big run.
Absolutely, great bowling.
And our
He looks
5th
tired.
place finisher in this year's event, receiving a $300 scholarship certificate and award goes to Darren Zombro III.
Darren Zombro, Triple I. 5th place.
All right, we will shift one more pair and begin our first of 3 stepladder matches.
All right, time to move the table. Skinny cake, come here, quick. Right in there and plug this in. Shimmy in there. See if there's a plug in there.
He wasn't talking to me either.
Where you have to throw the ball from the opponent.
PJBT fans and spectators of the best tournament, it is time to begin our first of 3 stepladder matches to determine our champion. We are down. This first match will be your number 3 seed, William Cunningham from New will advance to the semifinals. William has elected to start the match on lane 23. All right, bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our quarterfinalist bowlers.
All right, William Cunningham versus Mason Doan in the 3-4 matchup.
William starts out with a strike. Mason leaving a 2-8, his first shot. Mason converting this 2-8.
Ten pin. Good shot.
Mason missed a 10.
Not what you want to do. Double. He doesn't look it, but he just turned 15, I was told.
15.
15. Or 14. One of the two. Already throws the ball 20 miles an hour.
If he's going to junior gold, he's going to be one of the biggest 15-year-olds ever.
Mason trips the 4. He gets the 10 out. That's a good way to make up for your mistake in the second. Cunningham corner up.
Front four.
Former President Trump sending me a text message. Makes me feel important. Looking for my money.
Well, you're looking for the front five, leaving it.
That was a good shot.
Got a little righter than the other shots.
Convert.
Converting is tempting.
.31 pin lead, could be cut to 21.
Looked a little wide, leaving a 2. Converting his 2.
He certainly doesn't waste any time. If we had a bunch of Mason Domes, man, we could run tournaments in 3 hours. Ah, shocker who's chiming in, wishing Mason good luck.
Yeah. Oh my God. Mason leaving a 2-8 this time instead of just a 2. Please do. Converting the 2-8.
This is the time Cunningham can really put the hammer down here with a double.
He gets a double here. He puts a big lock on this lead.
Big sledgehammer.
He gets a double here, then this match will be his match. If he would lose, that's all on himself. He pulled that in. I see a 6.
And that's
Just
all
a
he
6.
sees.
I didn't know if 10 was up or not.
Take a 9 count on a shot like that anytime.
Yeah, that could have been 4. It could have been a big 4, 4-6. Could have been a lot of different things. And I think he just missed it.
He did.
You can get rid of that. Got that one a little wide, just leaving an 8 pin. And he missed.
He gives it a long stare. So back to back.
Back opens. Now this
Unforced error.
changes this matchup a lot.
Yes. You can't ever take any spare shot for granted.
Nope.
Ooh, trips the 2-8. And all of a sudden, it's a one-pin match.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Then you got people like me who are neither.
Yep, there he is.
He's done this before. He knows his timing.
Back to back to back opens for William, and boy, has this match changed.
Looked like one of Mason's strings.
He did. You know, just about 3 minutes ago, we were talking about if he could, Cunningham could come up and double in the 6th and 7th, this match was all but over. And then all of a sudden, missed the 6, missed an 8, chopped a 2, 4, 5.
Drop the bucket.
Now all of a sudden, Mason converts this. He's up by 9, but cannot shut out William. But if he could get all 3 and force William to strike out, we have another possibility of a tie.
Again, a tie. Possibility.
Possibility. Unlikely, but a possibility. Yeah, I was gonna say that ball looked in.
That did look in. So, if Mason can't bounce this out, this will force William to come up and mark. Any kind of mark in attack. This forces William to mark.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on, but they're having fun.
Oh.
They all had their hands up, but it's
5
an 8 pin. I don't know.
5
And that will do it.
That's the kind of mark you
And
want.
despite missing 3 makeables in a row in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, William Cunningham moving on to the semifinals. Assuming he gets a couple pins.
Okay.
Or move it, you know, like down here. All right, 214, 191 victory for William Cunningham. He will now take on Lucas Francis in the semifinals.
Semifinals.
concludes our quarterfinal match for the 2022 Best 2.0 Scholarship Tournament. Finishing officially in 4th place in this year's event, receiving a $500 scholarship certificate and the 4th place trophy from Royersford, PA, Mason Doan.
Mason Doan, 4th place today in the Masters tournament. All right, give me a minute, and then we'll move the table.
Okay, we'll move one pair to the right, and we'll begin our semifinal match.
Okay. 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 Might as well get 3 cookies. $1.25, right? $1.25 for 3.
He goes, now, James. Oh, shit. You having
Yeah, we got a pot.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time for our semifinal match for the 2022 Best Scholarship Tournament, Best 2.0. In the semifinal match, we have number 2 seed Lucas Francis from North Wales, PA, taking on number 3 seed William Cunningham. Let's have a nice hand for our semifinalists as they begin.
All right.
You know, they could have waited till we were done with our cookies.
I know, right? I'm trying to chew it out of my teeth here quick.
Yeah.
Pretty good, though. I mean, can't go wrong with cookies
No.
with us our size. So William is starting us off with a strike. There we go. Lucas made his spare in his first frame. Ooh, that's it.
They're all putting cookies over next to that. I'm not gonna have some.
No, we do have chocolate. No, we don't. Chocolate chips in the oven.
3 oatmeal raisin and 3 or whatever these have on bottom. Oatmeal raisin is amazing.
Totally underrated. 250. You guys look like 2 hours away. It's not bad. It's something to show for it.
Cunningham with a strike in the 4th. So he went strike, 9 spare, 9 spare, strike to Lucas Francis, 8 spare, strike, strike, strike.
See you guys.
Cunningham with a strike in the 5th. That looked like it fell off of Lucas's hand there. 7 count. We'll see.
And Lucas converting 139.
Lucas with a strike in the 6th. That one even seemed to come off his hand a little different.
Seemed a little in.
Yeah.
It's a big strike though.
Cunningham with a strike in the 6th. That puts him up by 2.
Technically, because it means 75 cents.
That looked in.
That did look in.
But
all 10.
it's an X on the board. That's what matters.
All 10 went down, and that's 4 in a row. Lucas coming up here in a 7. Really could use a strike. Just looked pretty decent.
That was a much better
That was a
shot.
better shot. Yeah, it looked pretty good.
And it's a 2-pin lead for Cunningham. 3 frames to go. Lucas with a strike here could go up by 8.
And looked a little left.
Definitely was. 3-6.
Brandon Bone is our leader for the tournament. That will be our next match. So the winner of this match will be facing Brandon Bone, which is our tournament leader. Lucas converting to the 3-6. William coming up a little high, leaving a 4-8. 4-9. Sorry, 4-9.
Good run.
Good run. So with that open, now that gives Lucas the lead.
Back-to-back pocket splits.
Give it a run. Give it a run.
Have you used it?
Phoenix season. Thank you.
So it makes the 5-7. Big conversion.
So I'm just going to put it out here. We have the possibility of a tie.
Yeah, it's fine. You should put that out there because every time you said that,
That doesn't happen.
we didn't run into it.
Yes.
So that's fine saying it. Lucas with a strike and a 9. Lucas is up by 15, but working on a strike, and Cunningham is working on a spare tonight.
So if Lucas could go spare 9, he wins. If he could strike here, we'll just need a decent count. And some kid got the shark.
Some kick at the shark.
He jumped the shark. And that
Lucas
is going to do it. With decent count.
Yeah. I've seen Lucas fouled this weekend. I've seen Lucas throw it in the gutter this weekend. Unfortunately, I'm getting the eyes from his mom.
Yes, you are getting.
I'm surprised his dad didn't grab me. He's standing behind me. Well, he was, not anymore. And that will do it.
All right, Lucas Francis moving on to the finals. To take on Brandon Bone.
Our tournament leader.
Two lefties.
As our spectators are already moving down
Yep,
for us.
they've learned.
They know the routine.
$244 for Lucas Francis.
finish up here right around 210 mark.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our semifinal match for the 2022 Best 2.0 Scholarship Tournament, presented by BuddiesProShop.com, Brunswick Incorporated, Storm Bowling, and 900 Global. Our third place finisher in this year's event, receiving a $1,000 scholarship certificate and the third place trophy, goes to William Cunningham.
William Cunningham, third place, $1,000 scholarship.
Okay, on to our title match on 27 and 8.
One more move of the table.
Have a seat here, Chris. Your turn.
I do this every weekend, so it's fine.
Short person.
Is this your phone?
Nope, that's Jason's.
How you doing?
Who are you? we got new people in the booths all of a sudden. I don't know where they came from. Just all of a sudden there's people sitting here. They said, get out, I'm coming in. We're going to let the mystery man introduce himself. Because he's a mystery man.
That's me. Man of mystery.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello, everyone. Chris Forey, president of BuddiesProShop.com.
And title sponsor of this event.
I am.
Yes. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Of course, I didn't see any of that money.
Hopefully, hopefully my nephew does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully, I only write one check for one name.
See you at the preview show. So, why don't you tell us about all the things that you're involved with?
Oh, God. Well, we sponsor a lot of events. Obviously, this being one, we used to do our own Buddies Pro Shop Open until Chuck Pizzano retired.
Yep.
We sponsor New England Bowlers Association, where we put $15,000 in. Different youth programs, so a lot of different things within the sport of bowling.
And your pro shop is located at?
We're in Fairfield, Connecticut. We have a 15,000 square foot warehouse there, and in a 56 lane Nutmeg Bowl. So big center, big bowling area, right by New York City.
Yep. I took my son, who just left a short time ago, up to the tournament there about 5 years ago, maybe now? 6 years ago?
Okay, up to the Buddies Open?
Yeah.
Yeah, we made them really hard there. I wish people would do that still. We'd like to see very bad scores.
Yes, usually this tournament, you have the easy shot and then the challenge shot.
Hard.
And the hard shot was going to be hard, but they couldn't put it in their machine.
That's what Brandon told me when he came to the.
Yes.
So we have a house here in Elizabethtown. Mm-hmm. So Brandon's staying with me, and when we got to the house, he goes, "Oh yeah, this is what happened." And I'm like, Yeah, the scores you shot shouldn't have happened.
No.
I said I should have oiled them for you.
Well, we could talk about that for next year.
And you could talk about what we were going to put down.
Well, yeah.
I make a checkerboard pattern.
He had a ruler pattern. They just couldn't get it in the machine.
Yeah.
What kind of machine do they have?
I think they used an ion machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any kind of kegel machine you can do some dumb things to.
Yeah. So what I found was it was called an out of bounds pattern. So it was a reverse block,
Yeah.
a 46-foot brutal reverse block, but they said they couldn't put it in their machine.
Seems very strange.
Yes.
Yeah, we use for the Buddies Open a lot of years. It was a checkerboard.
Mm-hmm.
So, except that Mr. Nauer always destroyed them for me. He made it look easy.
Well, we may have to talk about that for next season.
Yeah, we have some cool ideas we come up with sometimes.
Maybe we'll let you build a reverse block for us.
We'll see. Yeah. So it looks like Brandon is going to go second. So let Lucas finish the match.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time for our title match for this weekend's 2022 Best 2.0 Scholarship event. The winner will take home the top prize of $5,000. Our runner-up will take home $2,500 in scholarship. Our tournament leader, Brandon Bone from Jackson, New Jersey, taking on number 2 seed at Lucas Francis from North Wales, PA. Brandon has elected to have Lucas start the match, one frame on lane 27. Bowling fans, we started with 67 bowlers this weekend. We are down to our final 2. Let's give them a nice round of applause as they begin the title match for the best tournament.
All right, off we go into the finals.
Was this pair of lanes freshly oiled?
Yes.
So this is fresh. Okay. So do you have a score prediction? Winning score.
Oh, I'm going to say it's going to take at least 220 to win.
I'm going to say it's going to take over 240 to win. They're both going to throw urethane, and they're going to have some area. If Brandon can keep it on the lane, we did see one gutter ball in practice.
Lucas starting out with an X on the board.
Brandon following it up. Sticking with the pink widow that he used all day.
Yes.
Is there a name to the pattern they're bowling on right now?
This one, yes. This is a Kegel pattern, actually. I guess I can tell what it is now. It's Rome.
Okay. So the pattern is pretty secretive for the weekend?
Yeah, usually we keep them all secretive, following Chuck's tradition.
Oh, okay. Messenger. In the New England area, we call that a farkle.
A farkle.
They call it a flying farkle in that case.
I'm gonna have to write that one down.
Yes, they have. It was a game they play. Some of the guys play, and they said, "Oh, that's a neat name for a messenger." So they call it a farkle.
A farkle.
And like I said, and they have different kinds of farkles: spinning farkle, flying farkles. Gets the 8 out. much difference was there between first and second as far as qualifying between Brandon and Lucas? Do you know? About 100 and some pins? There were 100 going into the last game, I know that.
204.
Oh my god, that's how much it became. Okay.
Yes.
It was, going into the last game, I know Brandon was up by like 100. I was looking to see if he could drop, if he could catch him, but
No, Brandon
I think
shot
Brandon shot 240 the last
246,
game, right?
and Lucas shot 185.
yeah, there you go. And a lot of bowling the kids do this weekend.
Absolutely.
Particularly, yesterday's one part of a lot of bowling, but then today is. So Lucas is bowled. This will be game 12 for the day for him, correct?
And yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Not better. Nice crowd you guys have.
Yes. So very shortly, I'm going to show you. This is what the pattern was supposed to be on Saturday. Brandon now up in the third, and he chops the 7 out.
That'd be another Farkle.
Another Farkle.
You can call that chopping Farkle.
Lots of Farkles going on here. I have to write that down and remember this. So what they said is that they couldn't get the machine to start and stop on the same side. Is what they were telling me.
It should be able to do it no matter what. That's what we do at the Buddies one. That's how I made the checkerboard. And we used to have an old Phoenix machine, which is even older than Ion.
And
That's just a mixture. That's just
yeah,
a
I was gonna
mixture.
say no Farkles there.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't be able to do that. Because the program should have told you, because you obviously used the Kegel program to build it.
Yes.
So the machine would have told you if it couldn't be done. I mean, the program would have.
Now
He would have threw you an error message.
they didn't try to enter it using Kazi though.
Oh yeah, yes. So you cannot enter it by hand. So the one year at the Buddies Open, we ran it and we had a circuit board problem. So we sent it in using the computer, and then we went to tweak the pattern. During practice session. So we would run a practice session on Fridays at
Right.
the Buddies Open,
Right.
and based on what I saw, I would tweak them.
Mm-hmm.
So we took the machine, and when I went to go tweak it with the keyboard, it took all the ones that were on the same and moved them over to the other side. So then the lane became solid flat and became like 40 mils of oil that year. So yes, if they go to do it by hand, it won't take. You can't enter it by hand. It has to go through the computer system.
Got it.
Just for future reference. That explains why they couldn't do it. Yeah, because when we had the Phoenix machine, it wouldn't let you do the same thing on the same side of the lane.
So yeah, that
Yeah, so that's similar to what we would do. Some of the stuff we do, I would do more like when we would do it. I would go like 2 to 15 for like a little 4-board area, and then jump it to the other side. It became like a checkerboard, except for the first 2 boards of the lane I let hook.
and this was the first one, which was the easy pattern.
Yeah, I think Brandon's saying it was like supposed to be. Wasn't their house shut?
No, it's this is it's Kegel's house shot, basically.
That's what.
Yeah.
Like Main Street or something, or starting house pattern. Yeah, obviously the kids all killed it. I saw that on the first one.
Yes, as usual.
Which is I went to the one in Laurel a few times when I was down there.
And this is today's.
Okay, so this is room.
A lot of forward oil, not a lot of reverse oil.
That's interesting. How far down to the oil before they buff? There, no doubt, are there.
Brandon maintaining his 20-pin lead.
You can tell I need glasses. Yeah, so they oiled to 30 feet and then buffed it to 42. Which is why they throw urethane to make it work, because it's more of a meat, even though it's 47, was it 47 feet in length that's all up top?
No, 41. Yeah.
But technically it's a 30-some foot pattern.
Right.
Like I said, reason why you see the urethane working so well.
Yes.
That? Oh! Oh, Stone 810. He didn't like it off his hand.
He almost did that earlier today.
That's what you call a bad rap. It's probably
It's one of those things he didn't like it. He's figuring he would get 9, and then he gets that.
Yes.
I can see an 8 pin possibly.
And the pattern we wound up using yesterday,
Oh, bounce it maybe. Oh,
good effort, was called Tornado.
that's what he told me. He said it was like
Yes.
funneled out.
Yes.
So I said, so we were talking about that when he got to the house. I'm like, oh, you just had to play the early hook in the front of the lane. He goes, exactly.
That's pretty much what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, when they came and told me that they couldn't
Make your-
upload it in the machine, it kind of didn't give me time to go try to find something really hard.
Yeah, exactly. And I was talking to Brandon's mom, Leslie, there. I said the thing is, the kids have become so good at.
Oh, yes.
They're not surprised by too many things
No.
anymore because they're not afraid to. First of all, I was saying how adults, if they throw a ball right or left and the ball doesn't hook, they just jump to the middle of the lane. The kids go, "Oh, how much further out can I go?"
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Wow, that was a flying Farkle that missed.
That's
That missed the 10. So yeah, we were talking about that, like how the scoring paces in all the junior events have skyrocketed. We were talking about SYC today, how the scoring pace is up pretty good. But I'm like, the kids aren't surprised by too much. They've seen it and they practice so much on it. And they see it all, bowling your tournaments here and traveling the country. They see everything. So
yes.
they've learned over time to start out and work your way to the middle of the lane. Don't go right to the middle because your ball's not reacting when you throw it out a little bit. And they try the urethane, which they realize hooks before the speed bumps and the things that happen on the patterns.
All right. So we are through 6 frames.
Brandon is up 7.
7, yes.
Even with the open. That was a big mixer on the 10 there for Lucas. That was high.
Oh, and he gets the 6 out.
Yeah,
That was
you can see that one. Yeah, you can see it pick up earlier in the mid lane. That shot. I think he missed right. The ball just picked up earlier, so that'd be something for Brandon. If hopefully he paid attention to that because his 8-10 checked up a little early, and now we see the same thing happen to Lucas's shot. So we do know urethane will chew up the front of the lane a little faster.
Absolutely.
So it'll be interesting to see if Brandon makes a move when he gets over to 27, and if he does, will his ball come in now light and not straight? That's pretty solid. Some flying
And
pins.
an unneeded flying Farkle.
All right, this will be a big shot for both of them to see how they adjust on 27. He just got it out a little bit further.
Yeah, that was his best shot of the match.
Yeah, he got it out a little further and pushed it through the front of the lane a little bit more. Be interesting to see in an interview either one if they made a move on. They made a move off of what they saw. was inside a target again.
Absolutely.
That was about 4 right of where he's gotten the other ones in the front of the lane.
He pays the price, but he can find a way to pick up the spare. No pin count loss because he's only on 1 strike.
Yep. And we were talking earlier when you said about the pattern, because it's technically about 37 and 39 foot pattern, it's just got extended buff to get it out there to 41. When there is no right, even with the urethane. It's got a chance. Nope.
Ooh. And our bot is back.
Again?
Yep. Nope, not today.
But all this stuff. I was noticing that when I was sitting here. I was going to ask you what you were doing. I was only reading that part of it.
Yes.
I'm like, well, you got a great share.
Yeah, we
Share the feed.
we multitask.
That was much further left. That was probably about 6 or 7 boards left in the mid lane than his 2 that went high.
Yep. Well, so now this is Brandon's to win.
Brandon has ball in hand. The best we got from Lucas is 227. Brandon's got spares out. He's got in the 220s, 70, 90. He's in the 230. So you just got to mark both frames. See if he can eclipse the 240. I said you need to win. That's pretty good. That's a no Farkle, and that should be pretty 70.
Yeah, he just needs some count here.
Good count.
Yep.
Yep. At least get 5 pins. He's 7 on the first ball. That's 7.
And Brandon Bone will continue the run of non-Pennsylvania residents winning.
I heard that.
This
He told me this at we went to lunch while we were all gone, and he said he whispered in my ear. He said, "You know, a guy from Pennsylvania's never won."
Nope.
I said, "It's so funny you say that because I can think of the kids that I know have won, and would never even thought of that." It's
Yep.
New York all the time when we were in New Jersey.
that's crazy.
Yes, as Matthew was just saying, it's actually a lot of times it was a New York bowler.
Yeah, I remember
that won this
Tommy,
event.
the kid that went to Weber. He won.
Tom Hankey.
Hankey, yep. He was from Massachusetts.
Yep.
I'm just talking winner.
That's pretty good. It's made me look good for the 240 score.
So we'll split the prediction because I said they would need 220
Yeah,
to win. So
and you had a 220 by Lucas.
yeah. So
It was going to be high scoring. I mean, they had fresh lanes. You have 2 lefties
Yep.
throwing urethane, so they're controlling the lane. Lucas's errors were just that he was a little bit further inside.
yes. In case for those that don't know, and maybe you don't know, Lucas set the record this year for Pennsylvania high school average at 242.
I can
He
see that.
eclipsed Jack Selmer's record at 239,
Holy cow.
pushing my kid down to third at 236.
That's pretty crazy. And where's not this is a bad thing. I actually coached Lucas about 6 years ago in a U15 USA team tournament. His father came over to remind me, and I was like, I didn't even realize that's who it was.
He was probably a little shorter back then.
All the kids were. He got the bound elbow on his right-hand shot.
All right, 255, 223. Brandon Bone winning back-to-back events. He won last week's Masters event, so he's had a pretty good
2
run for
majors.
2 weeks. You know, that 6,500 that he won could probably buy a couple books. The price of college today.
Or a new MacBook Pro.
Or a new MacBook Pro. Yeah.
We were just talking about what he's getting for graduation.
So we'll interview him. You want to stay for the interview?
I can hang out.
Sure.
I don't have much good to say. And I told him my smoothies were the key for the weekend. I got up every morning to make sure I got.
You want to go out there too?
Yeah.
bowling fans, it is time to give out our final awards for this year's Best Scholarship Tournament. Before I give out the final awards, I want to thank the man joining me here on the stage, Chris Corey from BuddiesProShop.com, for helping us sponsor this year's event and still give out with side pots over $20,000 in scholarship this weekend. Time to give out our final awards. Our runner-up finisher in this year's Best Tournament, receiving a $2,500 scholarship certificate and the runner-up trophy, goes to Lucas Francis.
Lucas Francis, your second place finisher today.
All right, and now it is time to crown our Best Tournament champion. To the best of my knowledge, I believe he is one of the first, if not the first, from New Jersey to win this event, because over the years, New York, other states have taken home the title. Chuck and I used to discuss that all the time. We had this event in New Jersey for so many years, and a New Jersey bowler would not win the event. And Pennsylvania was also shut out of it many times. But this year's winner is from the state of New Jersey, taking home a $5,000 scholarship and the first place glass bowling pin for the title goes to Brandon Bone. Congratulations. We'll get a picture in just a moment. We'll send it back for a final interview. And bowling fans, thanks for tuning in this year for today's Best Tournament and all weekend. Thank you, Chris. And we want to thank everybody for coming out, and we hope to build this event again for next year. So thank you to all who participated. Have a great summer, everybody. And the PJBT will now be off until we start season 24, which will probably be the last week in August, coming later this year. So watch our website and our Facebook page for updates on our new schedule for season 24. Thank you, everybody.
All right, let me get the camera set up, and then we'll interview Brandon.
I was bowling as youth. I was always up and down. That's where all the action. Yeah. I don't know. So, like, I know a couple of houses they're shut down. They still have a lot of bowling up there. Yeah, we'll go anywhere. Because like usually you gotta throw them east up there. Yeah, it's not anymore. What you used to do when the older guys they just shut this on.
Playing the bumps would be
I gotta get him. Alright, take care. Yeah, happy Father's Day. Take care, you too.
Go ahead.
We'll see you. We're gonna miss you
Go
somewhere.
grab your picture quick.
We'll see you.
Yeah.
Darren, I'll see you all.
Yeah.
Stop.
All right, so we're just about ready for Brandon to come back here. We need to squeeze. Let me enlarge the.
Oh.
Have a seat in the middle.
No.
Not you a seat in the middle.
Yeah, see you around. I'll definitely be
I'm getting there.
All right, we are here with our champion. We just did this last week, didn't we?
Yeah, this is like,
Yeah.
I like when
Getting
you
pretty
say my
often.
name a lot.
yeah, I mean, now you're sitting right next to me. I can just thank you personally now.
That's right.
So,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the victory. So, take us through the weekend, starting yesterday morning. I know, a little hard to remember. It's all a haze. You bowled a lot of games.
yeah, well,
So let's talk about the first pattern, what we call the easy pattern.
yeah.
You didn't find it so easy though.
No.
I mean, you still bowl good.
I bowled 200 over, but, prior years, 200 over has been like 20th.
Right.
200 over has been
Yeah.
You're
pretty
still middle of
low.
the pack though when I looked. You were
Yeah, I
like
was
12th, 14th, right?
Yeah, top 15. But yeah, the scores yesterday, the first round, were through the roof. As expected, we bowl on house shot. Not a lot during the season, but enough to where when we come here and we bowl on a house shot, something that's 5-6 to 1, the scores are going to be pretty high.
Yes.
And we knew that. So I had 210 over my first 6 games. Didn't think it was terrible, and then I looked at the scores, and 10, 11, 12, wherever
Something like that, yeah.
may have been, it happens though.
It does.
But then we had the second blow.
Yeah, which was supposed to be the harder pattern.
Yours
so I had
would
to
have
go
been
with-
harder based on looking
right.
at it.
Yeah. It looked like it was going to be harder, and I had to go with Plan B because their machine supposedly couldn't put in.
Now we
the
understand
pattern.
why based on what
we,
you told
we
me.
We do. I used the legend here to my right to explain, and he told me what was going on. It was called Tornado. Think of it looked like a tornado does, especially on the reverse soil, more on down lane than there was close. And you just ripped that pattern apart.
Yeah, we started out in practice, and there was a fair amount of hold inside of your target and a little bit of hook off the gutter, and that's exactly how I want them to be. A little hook on the gutter, little hold inside, and when I missed it, a little right down the lane and just sat there. So the first game I bowled 240, and then I bowled 260, thinking I'm doing all right. Then I see Lucas, and he's out here firing 250, 280, 279. He had 816 the first
He did.
on the hard.
Yes.
The hardest pattern of the weekend, which we saw today. Today was clearly the hardest pattern that we saw.
Today
this
it
weekend.
was.
But yeah, and then I lost the lead game 4 after I gained the lead game 3, and then I said I wasn't losing the lead again, and I bowled 577 in the back 2. So 23 out of 24 in 2 games, I'd say that was pretty
Yes.
good. So.
Yes, your final game last night, you shot 300, down on 3 and 4, I believe it was.
Yes. Yeah.
I was down there watching.
So
And then we walked into today. And the 10 games of match play, how'd you do?
I held my own.
Okay.
I wasn't really looking for the 280 ball reaction like I was last night. Well, the last 2 games, I should say. Just kind of going with the flow. All it takes is winning matches.
That's right. Do you remember what your record was?
8-2.
8-2. I'd like to thank you for losing to Kiana.
Yep.
Which helped her bring home the girls' title.
Of
So
course,
you, so
you
you
would say
did
that.
win something. So
Yeah.
you made it sound like you coasted through match play like 5 and 5, 8
Yeah,
and 2.
8-2.
8 and 2, you're probably going to lead the tournament even if you weren't leading already.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, Lucas-
I got through match play.
Yeah.
Lucas-
8 and 2.
Lucas, he actually caught up to me after the first 5. He was
He did.
He was only 100 back, I think.
Yep.
So I had a 170 pin lead off of second. He wasn't even in second.
Right.
So he made up some ground the first 5 games. I should say 4 because I beat him in the last game. Yeah, I only went 50 over the first 5 games, and then the next round the scores jumped a little.
They
You
did.
either had it or you didn't have it.
Were you
So,
guys on a re-oil the second time?
I don't believe
No.
so. I think we were on the burn.
Nope.
Okay.
It was a burn.
Just interested to see like what made the
Yeah.
scores go up. you
Yes.
know?
I think it was the 5 minutes of practice and everybody,
Had an idea, had a better idea what.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. And yeah, the scores looked like they seemed to get a little higher, and then
A lot of urethane today.
a lot of urethane. Yes.
Yes.
So
A lot of weird pan carry too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, we did see.
So we saw the
I
A10
mean,
and
we saw it right here.
Yes. So take us through your championship match. If you go back, now will you go back and watch at some point?
At
your
some
match?
point,
I
probably.
watch myself all the time when I'm
It would be. It's interesting to see what Chris said, because after you left, that blower A10 would probably be the best way to describe
We
it.
also saw Francis's ball.
Yes.
Or he saw his
Check
ball check
early.
up early also.
Yes.
So did you make a move
After
off the
the,
A10?
oh,
On the A10 lane.
did I make a move? I made a move before the A10. I will tell you, the prior 2 shots, if you guys remember, I went light.
Yes.
I splashed them around in the
A couple
4th
flying
and
sparkles,
5th.
as we call them.
Right. And so I moved a half left before the 1 and the 6th, and I tugged it a little inside. I needed it to push a little, and well, it didn't push as much as I wanted it to. And so yeah, then I just moved back and kind of just started making good shots again.
So we were just wondering, because obviously like yours went high, but then his also went high, and I was like, oh, be interested to see when either boy gets back up, even though you're throwing urethane. Do you move to take it while they come in light? And
Yes.
leave something you can't make. Well, obviously we saw him when he missed in a couple. His ball, the pattern showed that there wasn't any hole in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, so I was actually watching his ball reaction in practice, and I thought he was a little further right than he needed to
We
be.
talked about that too, I think.
And when he missed a little left, it kind of wiggled, and when he got a little right, as we saw in the right
Checked
lane
up
there,
early.
it checked up. So I was watching what he was doing. I was, keeping a hold of what I was doing. And at the end of the day, you just gotta remember, you can control what you can do. I can't control what Lucas does. So at the end of the day, I made my decision based on my ball reaction. But in the back of my head, I knew that if I just made 10 good shots,
Yep.
he was gonna have his hands full.
So not only did you win a bowling tournament, you graduated high school
I did.
on
Yeah.
Friday night. So
I
you
did.
had a pretty good week.
Yep.
Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. So yeah, it's been a pretty good weekend. So
Absolutely. Our sex bot is back.
well,
It was
Extra to celebrate next Saturday.
we do.
What did you say?
So
okay.
I didn't hear what you said.
yeah,
He said we got something extra to celebrate next
next
Saturday.
weekend,
What's next Saturday? Oh, your party.
my graduation
I
party.
won't be there. That's why
So-
I can't remember what's going on.
Yeah.
So what's your plans for the summer?
My plans for the summer.
And obviously you're going to junior gold, I would
Correct.
assume.
We're trying to figure out how to get to Cancun.
I mean, yeah. It's a little summer vacation without bowling balls.
That's the
we-
idea. We're trying to figure it out.
We take bowling balls a lot, especially when we go on vacations. They're not
Yeah.
all vacations,
We
but
do have lanes in Cancun, though.
I will
at the
not
resort.
I will not be bowling there. So
Everybody says that.
we bowl enough throughout the year, and we can't stay sharp without you guys here at the
I'll have
PJBT.
to talk
so.
to mom and dad and see if they want to adopt me.
This is on me, actually.
Oh, care to adopt me?
This is this graduation
Oh.
gift, so.
I graduated on Friday too.
So did my son and my
Yeah.
wife. And
And Sydney and mom,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yes.
I mean,
it became a girl. It suddenly became a girls' trip instead of us.
Anything you want to ask?
No, I mean, like I said, my big question was like lane 27, and was a smoothie the whole key to winning this weekend?
smoothie, yeah, the breakfast smoothies.
Breakfast
gotta
smoothies at
hand
the
it
house?
to you. Gotta hand it to you.
He always loves my
Just-
smoothies.
I do. But to the bowling part, just stay impatient. Letting the lanes come to me. So
I think there's a maturity. I mean, obviously, I can say this from knowing you and watching you grow from the last 8-9 years is obviously the maturity level of no panic there when you 8-10, or just get up and just throw the next one, make the moves, like you
Yep.
said.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
control your own destiny.
it was. I'm gonna be honest. It was not that bad. I mean, it could have stone 10. It could have gone either way.
Sure.
And of course, it could have struck too.
Sure.
But I got some lucky hits in the first 5 frames, and you got to realize, you're gonna get some and you're not gonna get some. I mean, karma. I believe in karma. I mean, you're gonna get some hits, and
It usually balances out in the end.
Yeah, and after 6 frames, I would say it balanced out, because I don't know if I've ever 8-10 like that before. So
That was pretty good.
All right. Well, we will wrap this up. Get back on the road to New Jersey,
yes,
and we will see you. I know you're off to college, so we won't see you too much next season, but I'm
I'll be
sure
around.
We'll see
I'll
you
come
at the,
around.
at the Christmas tournament. I'm
yeah,
sure we'll
I'll
see
come
you.
around. So
Towards the end of the season.
I want to make one shout out real quick.
That was going to be my next thing. Any shout outs that you want?
I'll make all my shout outs now. since
just
you
sitting
brought it
here
up.
like
So first off, it's not going to be the man to my right. It's going to be my mom.
It's gonna be, the man. I was gonna say the man on the left.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'll get there. My mom, she came out to support me today.
That was a good surprise.
On Father's Day, which
Yes.
is supposed to be the other way around. You know, I win on Mother's Day, but Dad's out bowling. So happy Father's Day, Dad. This will help. It'll help. But yeah, thank yous to my mom. Chris, he helps me with everything I need bowling wise. If you ever need anything from this weekend and anytime, head over to buddiesproshop.com and check it out. I am Bowling for giving me the best breathable jerseys on the market. Use code BBONE20 to check out for 20% off your order. Sydney, Justin, Dad, all you guys at home, I couldn't be here without you. And Mom for coming up and supporting me today. And Tom, Mike, Jeremy, we made it. And Bones League training is on the map. And these jerseys are pretty fire. And can't wait to
Pretty cool
share this
facility.
one. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. So head over to revrates.vip to check it all out. And we are located inside of Howell Lanes. You're not going to want to miss it. So
He's got that down pretty good.
you know, I do it pretty often.
Yeah.
Now. I mean,
Did they send you to NASCAR school or
You
something?
do.
this is I think this is win number 6 on the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we've-
10 events.
Yeah, we've talked a lot.
Maybe,
Yes.
maybe you could teach the PBA guys how to do the whole spiel.
Yeah.
Other than Prather, who's got it down pretty good.
Yes.
Writers got it down pretty good. So
All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the $5,000 first place scholarship, proudly sponsored by Mr. Chris Forey at Buddy's Pro Shop. Mr. Brandon Bone.
thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, let's bring Matt in here
Okay.
and let's call it a wrap for season
Absolutely.
23.
Season
Step out.
23. Okay. Thank you, Chris,
Congratulations.
once
Great
again.
job with all you do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Great job with
Thank you,
the
sir.
feed.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank you very much. And we want to thank Chris for sponsoring this year's best tournament and his buddiesproshop.com, Brunswick Incorporated, Storm Bowling, and Global 900 for all their support of this event. And I think it was a real successful first event.
Absolutely. Scooch
Bringing
over
it
just a little
to PA. I feel like we did well, and we'll continue to expand this event. And we hope to have more bowlers out here next year. So we'll see you then. But everybody have a great summer.
Yep.
Watch for our updates online as far as the new schedule for season 24 of the PJBT. We'll probably be starting around the last week in August, but that is unofficial right now. But we will certainly be posting it on our website. We'll have our Facebook page, and I'm sure you'll have a preview
show, absolutely.
So, and who knows where that preview show will be? It could be on top of a mountain. It could be in my backyard. It could be at the bottom of the swimming pool. Who knows where it's going to be?
I like the idea of your backyard / swimming pool eating some food made by Nicole. I kind of like that idea.
The wife does know how to cook,
She
doesn't
does.
she?
I like that idea.
I know.
I like that idea.
We take advantage of that, don't we?
We're booking that right now. That's done.
So everyone have a great summer, and we hope to see you back on the lanes at the end of August later this year to start season 24. So enjoy. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Absolutely.
And
Happy
have
Father's
a
Day.
Thank you. You too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. We'll have a great summer, and we'll see everybody in August.
See ya.